the one, the only Benzion. Morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Today we did Maseches Gittin Daf Lamed Ches number 38. The Gemara discusses on Lamed Chadam Beis, really started on Lamed Chadam Aleph, an Isser. There's an Isser in the Torah. One of the mitzvahs of the Torah. It says La'olam Bahem Tavodu. That you have an Evet Knayni or Shikha Knaynis. You're not allowed to free them. You can't free them. You have to keep them. You have to work them forever. Not allowed to free them. Now, Rabbi Shmuel says it's maybe a reshut. It's optional. You could if you want. We possibly Rabbi Akiva. Belazar happens to pass Rabbi Akiva. However, there's an incident. The Gemara said Belazar when he wanted to die with a minion. They only had 9 people. He had his Evet with him, his Evet Knayni, and he freed him to make a minion. How could he do that? The Gemara says mitzvah shiny. So the Rosh explains in Maseches Brachos, it's the same Gemara on Daf Mem Zayin in Maseches Brachos. He says even though there's no mitzvah d'oraisa, dying with a minion itself is not even a mitzvah d'rabbanan, but there is a mitzvah of saying kaddish and kedusha with the minion. The Rosh says that's only d'rabbanan. So he questions for a mitzvah d'rabbanan, how could it be that it overrides a mitzvah d'oraisa? And the answer is he says the mitzvah d'rabim shine, even though it's only d'rabbanan, if it's a public mitzvah, it's a mitzvah of 10 people, which is considered a public, so then it's considered to be okay. Now he could have answered that kaddish and kedusha could be d'oraisa because it's a mitzvah of Kiddush Hashem in front of 10 people, you're Kaddish and Shemayim. Kaddish and Kiddush could be d'oraisa. That's another possible answer. But I think the Ramban gives the right answer, and it's quoted here in footnote number 4 on 38b1. The Ramban, he says, however, suggests that in this particular case, the prohibition of freeing a slave did not apply because the Torah forbids one to emancipate a slave only if he does so as a gesture of kindness. One man emancipated his slave, however, to repay a favor or for any other justifiable measure. Therefore, Elazar was permitted to emancipate his slave in order to complete the minion. The answer is that the Olam Tavoda, the Torah is only talking for your benefit. The Torah is giving you basically good advice, and it enforces that good advice. So you're not allowed to do it, right? If you have a slave, a lot of time people have a slave working for them, you acquire that slave. It could be it was passed down from your forefathers. You have someone working for you. Obviously, you treat them okay. The Gemara in Maseches Kedushin says you have to treat them nicely, treat them fairly. But it's property. It's someone that's going to help you. It gives value. It's an asset. It's someone that can help you, takes care of. If you have a big estate, can do work for you. It's a real asset to have that. And the Torah is saying don't just relinquish it for no reason. A lot of times people will feel bad for the Eved. They'll feel bad for the slave and say, we have to free him because he's a human being. It's a gesture of kindness, and they're going to lose financially. They're going to lose financially for it. The Torah accepts avdus. The Torah says there is types of slavery. There's an Eved Ivri and Eved Knayni. We'll learn in Maseches Kedushin the difference between the two. But the Torah accepts that there is a possibility of avdus, of being a slave. And it's not good advice. The Torah is giving you good advice. Don't free him just because it's not kindness. When you're losing out financially, you're not treating him terribly. He gets a shivcha knaynis. He's, gets certain rights. He gets, sustenance taken care of. Don't be such a nice person all the time. Worry about yourself. That's the point of the Torah, to worry about yourself first. Worry yourself before other people. Who do you have a mitzvah to love more, yourself or other people? Some will say it's a mitzvah to love other people. Chaim Volozhiner told his son, he said the reason we were born is to help other people. I totally disagree with that. You should love your fellow like yourself, right? If you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. You have to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you have no value. You're depressed all day. You got to love yourself. That's given in the Torah. That's what Hashem wants the most, to love yourself. Once you love yourself, you can extend that kindness outside. But you have to love yourself. And here, if you free the slave out of the kindness of your heart, you're losing for yourself. You're losing financially, and maybe other help, in the house that you need. So Torah is telling you, in the force of an Isser, it's usher to free him. You only have discretion to decide that it's good for you. However, when it comes to a mitzvah, which you want to get a mitzvah over here, so then, even though it's only d'rabbanan, but there's no Isser l'olam tavoda, I'm doing it for my benefit. I'm doing it so that I could have a minion. That's what I want. I really care about minyanim. Some people take it on themselves never to miss a minion. You hear these crazy stories on Pesach Kron books. People made a Kabbalah. They'll drive 45 minutes from a business meeting just to make a minion. They go to Hong Kong. They're looking anywhere with a Chabad for a minion. They always make every minion. This is what makes him happy. This is his minhag. This is his Kabbalah upon himself. This was for his benefit. Now, this answers another question because the Gemara previously discussed a case where there was a shivcha knainis was being taken advantage of, right? They were abusing her. Men were abusing her. You know, they don't have the best conditions. Always men were abusing her. And Abaye says, I would have told the master to free her, so she's out of the slavery. She wouldn't be abused. But there's a mitzvah lolam tavodu. Now, if for a mitzvah derabanan of saying kaddish and kedusha, you free her, right? Like the Rosh says, why not for an isser, right? That she shouldn't be raped. She shouldn't arayos. She's being abused over here. Why would that mitzvah apply? And the answer is that, like I said, it must be like the Ramban. That if it's for your benefit, you're makbid on minyanim, so you can free him because it's good for you. You're losing out financially, but it's something good for you. But if you're just doing it to save the woman from isser, right? That's not good for you. You're just doing it a kindness for the woman. You're freeing her and you're saving her from the isser. So that's not good for you. The Torah does not give you the dispensation at that point to free her because it's not something beneficial to you. It's beneficial to her. It's not beneficial to you. And that's really the mitzvah lo mehem tavodu. Torah is giving you good advice in the form of a prohibition that you have to make sure not to free them, to make sure that you worry about yourself before you worry about others. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.